The fears over reform by the Conservative Party are beginning to get voiced publicly. There's a leak by Danny Kruger, who has expressed fear that the Reform Party is absolutely killing the Conservatives. And there's also a story which has turned up today in the front page of the Daily Express that has Iain Duncan Smith, the former leader of the Conservative Party, saying that voting reform will only push Britain back into the grip of the European Union because a reform vote is a vote for Keir Starmer. He says that it will simply strip votes away from the Brexit agenda and give Labour a majority that will bulldoze legislation through Parliament. And so perhaps a good reason to vote for reform. As anyone who voted against Maastricht in the 1990s and against every single additional treaty following that, and as someone who was deeply involved in the Brexit campaign, that's Iain Duncan Smith, understands the frustrations that people may feel. They're concerned that the pace of change has not been what they hoped. While a number of significant things have been delivered, there is yet more to be done to take advantage of the flexibility and independence that Brexit provides. Well, I'm still asking people, what are the Brexit bonuses? Because I don't see any. All I see is the growth of red tape, the frustrations on the border, and a completely stymied and indecisive government that is more given to sloganizing than to delivering. He says, despite that frustration, we need to look at the reality of what could happen at the next election. Well, no, I think the reality is already assured. The Conservative Party will lose at the next election. Any vote for reform, says Iain Duncan Smith, is taking away only from the Tories, helping Labour re-enter the European Union. If you want to align closer to Europe, as Labour plans to do, if you want to have an unsustainable rush to net zero with extra taxes and regulations, then Labour will be able to bulldoze anything they want through. All of the things that reform stands for will be lost. The only hope that they've got is a Conservative Party that gets on and does what is necessary. To do that, they need another mandate. Well, he's playing scare tactics to try and stop people voting reform. I'm not a reform voter. I don't have any interest in reform at all. I do, however, think that a sizable party that challenges the two-party system is a good thing. If we could become a 3- or 4-party parliament, we would be in a much better position for encouraging proper debate in the future. And it seems to me that it doesn't matter hugely whether it's on the right wing or on the left wing that extra party or those extra parties are discovered. However, with this qualification, I don't think reform is a serious organisation in the same way as I don't think UKIP was a serious organisation. They are now UKIP. You've got to remember, I penetrated UKIP, and then I fingered UKIP for racism. But when I was looking at UKIP, when I was examining the way UKIP worked, and I went right up to the top, I was interested that nobody from Farage down was able to tell me what would happen once UKIP was successful and we left the European Union. And nobody today can actually tell me what are the benefits of having left the European Union. What are these Brexit benefits? Because they are insubstantial, if they exist. They have not translated into any sort of reality for the ordinary person in the street. And talking about trade deals with Australia, we might as well be talking about trips to the moon. It does nothing for our pocket.